This video is brought to you by The Spoke Post. More details later in the video. Thanks, The Spoke Post. Today, he's one of the biggest brains at Nintendo. To many people, he's the Walt Disney of video games. But what if I told you it's all just a cover for a deeply disturbed man? Today, we're going to look at the dark truth of Shigeru Miyamoto. Born on April 20th, 1969, Shigeru Miyamoto was seemingly destined for great things. Always an adventurous child, he let his imagination run wild during slow days at school. After school was out, his imagination would really take hold as he explored the woods behind his parents' house. With nothing but a .45 caliber customized Colt 1911, violent hallucinations, and bone-crushing paranoia, he would explore those woods. These woods looked like fantasy lands in his mind's eye. These woods would give birth to some of the greatest fantasies of our time. Places like Hyrule, the Mushroom Kingdom, and even talking to women. He would have this routine for years, giving in to his hallucinations instead of fighting against them, channeling his delusions instead of seeking the help that he so desperately needed. But as we'll see soon, maybe it would have already been too late. Before we get to that, are you tired of looking like a dumbass at work? Want to hide your painfully low IQ from your loved ones? Ever write an email that looks like this? Well, then you need Grammatically. The AI tools from Grammatically will fix this shit right up. Go from Dick Dingleberry to Billy Bob Shakespeare in just one click. And if you use code DIPSHIT, you'll get 14 Gorbles off your first Zerple. Thanks, Grammatically. By his college years, the hallucinations were stronger and the voices were louder than they'd ever been. Miyamoto often described being unable to sleep and often asked his roommate to turn off the TV even if it wasn't on. The once loose grip he had on reality had completely slipped away. The relationship with his roommate would further turn sour as things turned physical during his darkest moments, ultimately ending up with his roommate going missing. Weeks before the mysterious disappearance of his New York Italian roommate Mario, there were often screams heard from their apartment. Neighbors would routinely be awoken in the middle of the night by Mario screaming, "Letta me go, letta me go." Miyamoto denies these things ever happened and shuts them down completely whenever his old roommate gets brought up. But clearly they did happen, as a variation of this quote would be used for Miyamoto's biggest project of his life. No different than the 5 drops of Mario's blood found on Miyamoto's jacket by the police the night he went missing. This quote was stuck to Miyamoto. The disappearance of his friend would lead Shige-san to found Nintendo in 1889. The footage even shows him debuting Mario in his "Let's go" catchphrase as a sick reference to Miyamoto's first victim. The next part gets pretty crazy, so make sure that you like, subscribe, ring the bell icon, favorite the channel on your browser of choice, open it up in another browser and do that all again, set up an elaborate bot farm for views, email the channel to at least 50 friends, and create sock accounts so you can argue with yourself in the comments. With Nintendo founded, Miyamoto got to work making some real classics, starting with the aforementioned Mario series. The debut title was Super Mario Bros. 2. Despite being an intelligent and in-shape man in real life, the Mario in-game was depicted as a fat Italian idiot. The game's credits also sneakily hid the exact coordinates for where Mario's remains were found in 2004, which many historians say was a sick taunting of local authorities who were still looking out for any signs of Mr. Mario. Next was Zelda, a recreation of Miyamoto's psychotic breaks he would have in the forest as a result of continual significant drug abuse and lifelong mental health issues. The only 2 things he made during this era that hold up and were not tainted by his evil ways was the cult classic Gwimbly and the 1992 Honda Civic, both of which have merch options thanks to this week's sponsor, The Spoke Post. Does your dumbass house not have enough fucking garbage in it? Do you need more bullshit that you don't want and you'll never use? Well, do I have the sponsor for you. The Spoke Post has all kinds of shit you'll never need, delivered to your door every fucking month. Need a whiskey glass set to disguise your alcoholism as something more classy? They got that shit. Need an outdoor camping kit to have an alibi for when you cheat cheat on your wife with men in the park bathroom, they got that shit too. The Spoke Post has all types of shit, so use the code SHIT to double your cost today. That's SHIT to double your cost today. Thanks, the Spoke Post. After he created the Sony Mega Drive Entertainment System and the Nintendo Bitch, Mr. Miyamoto enjoys a life of luxury, although he's stepped back from the public eye a bit in the recent years, mostly due to a few seriously concerning comments about Icelandics and Filipinos, which I won't show here for obvious reasons, but that, as well as all uncensored videos, are at my Patreon, at patreon.com/robbingthepoors. Just make sure you're using the $25 and up amount. This tier also gets you access to my Discord, where I mauled about my slowly declining viewership and cry in my $36 million mansion. That's patreon.com/robbingthepoors. Thanks to all my patrons. He's been an important part of the gaming world for better and for worse. His crimes will probably never go punished, and if there's a hell, I'm certain he'll find a way to avoid that too. If you liked the video, hit like. If you didn't, you should still hit like so the algorithm knows what to do. Comment your favorite crime he got away with in the comments. Share, share, share. Like our sponsor, ShareWorks. Do you need a college thesis paper written for the low cost of $4? ShareWorks is your #1 plagiarism website. Use code 2STUPID4COLLEGE for 25% off. That brings the cost to just $1 because I know you're too stupid to do math. Thanks, ShareWorks.
That's right, we're Japanese.